Hi guys, Pudding here. Today I'll talk about my world's top 8 card deck list, the card choice, how to use it, and how I sideboard in different matchups. Don't forget to open the subtitle, like and subscribe for more content. So let's get started. First, I will start from equipment. We have Breaking Skull. This card make our opponent have to respect our combo card. And I usually won't use it in the early game unless we have like a Roaming Gas Wave and a Mass Trigger at the same time, and I'll definitely use it to draw 2, or maybe we can activate this honor hit, then I'll consider to use it in the early game. Next, we have Brace Rider Boots. It has the fact that when our ninja attack action hits, we can destroy it, and our attack action with card with combo gain go again this turn. So usually I'll use this on our Bonds of Ancestry turn, or double bond or triple bond turn. And the difference between this and a Snapdragon is because it is trigger effect, so we can trigger our mass or our hero ability first, then we decide should we destroy this to gain go again. 2 Kotachi of course, and we are running the Hardened Core Strap because we only have 15 blue in our 60s, and we can use the ability to play Soyon Strike, so we can have an extra 0 cost in our hand to discard and search for another combo piece. Mass of Momentum for sure, and the other equipment in my sideboard, we have Arcane Lantern for the AB. We have Tunic for the matchup that goes longer, like Icelander or Bravo, or maybe Assassin. And we have the Mask of the Panzer Lance as only for the Icelander matchup. And the TIE Flipper also, we are running 2 AB into Icelander. So we have 3 Ancestral Empowerment of course. This might be one of the best cards we have. Your opponent can't play around this all the time, but they do have to think when they block. 3 Belay Water. When this hits, we can play 1 resource and it will become a Soyon Strike. So basically that means your opponent have to block it when we have cards in hand, and it's a perfect target for Ancestral Empowerment or Art of War. I'm running 5 Bonds of Ancestry, 3 red and 2 yellow. And this card is the main reason why we play this deck. And it says when our last attack is one of our Gust Wave, this costs 0 and it gains go again. And when this attack, we can banish a card with combo from our graveyard, and then we can search for a card with the same name and we can play this combat chain. So it's basically a 0 for 8 most of the time, and you have to remember the banished card, we can only play it in this combat chain, not this turn. It's kind of different with our card's ability. It says you can play this turn, so we need to be careful. We can't close the combat chain and play that card. If you close the combat chain, the card will banish forever. And then we have Descending Gust Wave. This guy is a 1 for 3 go again. If our last attack is Soyon Strike, it will become a 0 for 5 go again. And because this card have go again itself, so we can always play this and into bonds. So our opponent have to respect it and block it to deny our hero ability. Then we are running 3 Enlightened Strike in our deck. We need some good 0 cost target in our deck to discard, and each strike is one of them. Can do so much thing. If we go again, it can be your go again card, and it's make our deck smoother. And the next card is Flip Back, my favorite card in the FAB, and it's a 0 for 4 defense reaction, which can stop Break Pawn, and we can stop another Break Pawn by blocking a combo card later. For most likely blocking for 5, or if we block with a go again combo card, it will be 4. And this effect is very relevant when we doesn't have our back turn, our showing strike or go again, and we have to block and wait. And yeah, it's just a pretty good value card, I would say. And then we have 7 Pacifist. This is the main target for our Bonds of Ancestry. It's just a 0 for 4 combo card that we can search when we have some extra hand. And we are very important to get 1 Pacifist in our graveyard in the early game. So once we have Bond, we can play it for 4 and 4. And then we have 100 Winds. It's kind of like the Pacifist we have, but it's a 0 for 3 go again, and we can search it with Bond. And sometimes it will have the combo with the Winds of Eternity, so we can recycle our 0 for 3 go again to our deck, and it's pretty good. Then 3 Soviet Strike. It's kind of like our E-Strike in our deck. It's a good target for this card, and it's not bad when we play it for 0 for 4, and sometimes we have go again, so we can pitch like blue Kotachi and play this one, and they have to respect it for the mass trigger, so they will block 4. 6 Searching Strike, very iconic card from Katsu. There's a big difference between we draw it and we don't draw it, and we definitely want to play it each turn, so we are running 6 of them. 7 Woman Gust Wave. If our last attack is Searching Strike, it will become a snatch basically with go again. Because this is a combo card, so our opponent usually will respect it and block it for 5, so they can stop our draw. And this is also a very good Ancestral Empowerment target. 3 Art of War. This card has a very high ceiling, especially when we are playing Bond that turn. I'll use it like my extra copy of Ancestral Empowerment, but usually we'll choose the +1 and the draw 2 mode, but sometimes in our deck we'll choose the go again too, and in some case I'll even choose the +1 and go again too. I'm running 1 Mugenshi Willis in our deck, although Willis is not that good like it used to be, but I think it's still necessary to play at least 1 in your deck. And this card says if the last combat chain is Woman Gust Wave, and it will gain +1 and go again, and if it's hit, we can search our deck for any number card called Law of Wind and put it into our hand. So we'll talk about that later. Most of the time we won't use this combo in the matchup. We usually play this Willis, either we draw it naturally or they just block a ton on the Searching Strike and the Woman Gust Wave combo, and they doesn't have hand, so we can guarantee a Willis hit, and then we will search for this card. And the second situation is we play against Dromai, although Dromai is an easy matchup for Ninja, but if we have Willis in our deck, it will help so much. The next card we have is 3 Dishonor. This card is part of the Bonds of Ancestry combo, and it says when we have Searching Strike, Descending Gust Wave, Bond of Ancestry in our combat chain, the hero that gets hit will lose all the ability for the rest of the game. So this is one of our win con against some deck, like Icelander, Dromai, Bolton. Those heroes are very utilize their hero ability to run their deck properly. And something you want to remember is the hit effect is only need you to have those cards in your combat chain. So what does it mean? We can play a Bond into a Dishonor for 4, and then we search for another Dishonor for 2, and both of them will have the hit effect too. We can talk about Law of Wind now. Law of Wind is a combo card that says if Willis is our last attack in the combat chain, we can play X resource as an additional cost to play this card. If we do, we can shuffle X target card named Searching Strike, Woman Gust Wave, or Willis. from our graveyard into our deck, and it will gain plus X attack. So let's say we have 3 Swing Strike and 3 Gust Wave in our graveyard, we can play 6, and then we can shuffle those 6 cards into our deck. So this card can recycle our Swing Strike in the late game, but sometimes when our release hits, we doesn't have that many graveyard at that moment. So we might just have to use our boots to give it go again and just play it for 2+2+2, just regular attack. The last card we have in our 60 is Winds of Eternity. It says if our 100 Winds is our last attack in the combat chain, it will gain +2, and when this hit, we can shuffle all the 100 in our combat chain to our deck. So it's nothing special, it's just sometimes it become a 0 for 4 blue card, and yeah, that's it. For the sideboard, we have CNC. CNC for the matchup that if our opponent doesn't run Crowns of Providence, and it's also being a pauper into the Droma matchup. So 3 CNC. 3 Reinforced Line, this for Australia matchup and the Bravo matchup. 1 Blue of Ancestry, this card is mainly for the Iceland matchup, which have a base 2 power, so we can search for with the Pouncing Lanes. And we'll talk about the Iceland matchup later. 3 Warmonger Diplomacy, this card is for the Droma matchup and Australia matchup, and it's an extra blue for the Iceland matchup too. So this basically is my deck list, and I can talk about what I'm thinking when I'm playing this deck. Well, I will always try to trigger multiple times with my Mass of Momentum, and sometimes your opponent can or they didn't respect your Mass of Momentum and let you draw a card. And there's some situation that, for example, I already have a First Surface in my hand and they let me to draw another First Surface, so I can't use all my hand. That's why sometimes we need to block more and make our draw relevant. So I'll always try to play the Bonds of Ancestry combo in every turn, and sometimes if you have like 2 Gust Wave in your hand, you most likely will have a double bond turn. So take your time and think, can you do a double bond or even triple bond by discarding card for Kazu and a bond for searching another combo piece, so you can do a double bond turn, and that's very important. Sometimes if you can't draw your Swing Strike or any go again card, we can just wait and block, maintain our life total, and try to wait for that turn comes. The hardest part of this deck, I think, is how to utilize your Kotachi to thread a Mass of Momentum, and it's very hard to do it right. You need a lot of practice, but I can show you some example. For example, if we draw a natural combo hand like this, we can definitely pitch a blue and play the bond combo, right? Alright, so we have 1 mana floating left. We can play our Kotachi before or after the combo, and what makes the difference? If we use our Kotachi first, we Kotachi Swing Strike, and our opponent might want to respect our Swing Strike, so they can block it. And we play the Gust Wave, and they might want to respect it also, because they were scared of the Bond of Ancestral, so they will block it. And then we can have our Bond into our First Surface. But because of they blocked the Descending and the Swing Strike, so they stop our Mass Trigger this turn, right? What if we do it in a different way? We just play the Swing Strike first, and our opponent block it. Gust Wave, blocked, and we play Bond, and we have 1 mana floating left. That means we can use our Kotachi between the Bond and First Surface and that will be another mass trigger threatening them. And because of they already blocked 2 of our combo card, so they most likely won't want to give up another card for our mass, but they have to, right? Because we will draw a card, and that's the difference between how to use your Kotachi properly. We'll see another situation similar like the last one. If we play Shooting Strike first, they take it, and we can discard a card, search for a bond, and we'll play the Gust Wave. They'll block it, right? So they blocked, and we play bond. 1 mana left resource, so we can do the bond, Kotachi, and Faster Fist again. So even if they didn't respect our Shooting Strike, this combo will force them to block another card. The next thing I want to talk about is how do you do the double bond and what setup you need. So usually you will have a Gust Wave and a bond in your hand, and you can do it even if you have 2 Gust Wave in your hand, it's fine. So I'll show you that. First we'll pitch and play our Gust Wave, of course, and we can play our bond. And because this doesn't have any hit effect, so our opponent might just take it, and we can activate our card's ability. If not, we can use our breaking scale to do the breakpoint. And then we will discard a 0-cost card and search for our another combo piece. For example, if we are playing bond and we have bond and Gust Wave at the same time in our graveyard, we can search either another Gust Wave. If it's a warming Gust Wave, we need to use our Razor Rider Boots to give it go again. And we can use the card's ability to search a Gust Wave, play it, and our bond will have another card. So we can do it like play this, search for this, play our bond, and our bond banish another bond. And we can search for our bond in the library. So we can play another Gust Wave into bond, into Faster Fist, or even into a triple bond. So the other situation is we have to find another Gust Wave in our graveyard. We don't have the bond in our graveyard. Then we'll just discard a card and search for our bond for the card's ability. Then it's basically the same. We search for bond, and then we play the Bonds of Ancestry. We banish our Gust Wave, we search our Gust Wave, and we play the Gust Wave bond. It's basically the same, and it's not hard to pull it out, the double bond, so always keep it in mind, can you do the double bond in your turn. So what will I do if I have 2 Go Again in my hand? Usually I'll play the Go Again first, and they probably will block it. If they block it, I'll just play a blue and swing my Kotachi and play another Go Again. Because this is threatening a mass trigger, so they probably will block it, and then we will have our opponent using 2 cards to block this turn, and we are fine for it. In the early game, your opponent may not respect our descending to bond combo, so we can punish it by pitching a blue, play a descending Gust Wave, and because we don't have the graveyard, they will left a hit. If it hit, we can discard for a Faster Fist, play Bonds of Ancestry. Now we have the target of our bond, so we can play our bond, we can find another Faster Fist, and that's how we can punish our opponent by playing this. But if we doesn't pitch the Warming Gust Wave at the beginning, because we want a Warming Gust Wave in our arsenal, and we pitch the Faster Fist first, and then we play the descending, we can only discard our Warming Gust Wave. So it will waste our Wet Gust Wave in our deck, and it's -1 value from the Wet Faster Fist, because it is a 4 attack and this is a 3. so you have to choose what your card pitching. Another thing is, if our turn started with 2 Kotachi first, our opponent most likely will block the descending gust wave because he wants to stop the mass trigger, and that's why I say it's hard to use the Kotachi right. Fracting the mass trigger in the right time is the right play. In some situations, we'll have a little bit different way to play our Ancestral Empowerment. For example, in this hand, we can play our Surging Strike and assume our opponent didn't block it. We can search it for a Warming Gust Wave and try to punish them with the Ancestral Empowerment on the Warming Gust Wave. But the other way we can do it is by using the Ancestral Empowerment at the Surging Strike even they didn't block. Then we will draw a card. If we draw one of our combo, we can do the bond again. Like if we draw the Descending Gust Wave or the Surging or the Warming Gust Wave, we can discard a card and search for a bond. If we draw a bond, we can discard a card to find the Gust Wave, and this depends on the situation. And sometimes if you use your Ancestral Empowerment first, you can do a double bond turn or triple bond turn. With all that said, is it just play Surging Strike at the first of your comeback chain is the right play? Actually, it depends on how your opponent block and what is your hand. Like this hand, if we do the Kotachi and then Surging Strike, if our opponent try to block 5 on the Surging Strike, we can punish him hard with the Ancestral Empowerment, drawing a card, and we can hit from the Surging Strike, and we can discard a card for one of our combo cards, and we have the mass on trigger from the after this attack. Sometimes if your opponent just draw a very good hand and he doesn't want to block at all, well, in some case we will have a Surging Strike, and then we discard a card for a bond, and we play the Descending Gust Wave, and he will let our mass trigger so we can draw another card. In this case, because we have 2 bond in our hand and we have a Gust Wave in our graveyard, so we can do double bond to play the bond and find another Gust Wave, play the Gust Wave, play the bond. And if we draw a Gust Wave from the mass, we can also play bond and find another bond from the bond, and we can play a double bond. But if we didn't use our Kotachi first, the chain link will go like Surging Strike, Descending, bonds, and once we play bond, we'll most likely find the most valuable target, which is a Faster Fist in this case. And even if we trigger the mass at the bond and we draw another Gust Wave, we are already searched for a Faster Fist, so it won't happen the double bond this turn if we don't swing our Kotachi first. So sometimes it doesn't have the right play, it's up to how you and your opponent plays. So we need to be light water, adjust our game plan at the moment. There are a couple cards that I want to get them in the graveyard in the early game. Those 3 cards are the setup for the double bond or triple bond, and the other one is just what I call finisher. Usually when you play your last bond, and you will find them for damage. Like what I said, you want to set up some combo card in your graveyard for the bond turn. So for example, in this case, we play 200 Wind, and our second 100 Wind is hit. Yes, we can search for Wind of Eternity, but in the Algo matchup, I'll just do the discard Soul Strike and try to find a red Faster Fist for 4, so that we can have a Faster Fist in our graveyard for later bonds. And sometimes we have to close the comeback chain if we didn't have the graveyard to target with bond. Like this one, we can play a Surging Strike, and then we close the comeback chain and play the Gust Wave into bond, so now we have a target for the bond. Here is the example if we didn't have the graveyard to do double bond. So what we can do is we play the Descending Gust Wave, and somehow it hit, and we can discard a card. We search for another bond, so that's make us a double bond turn, and we play the bond, we banish our 100 win, we play our 100 win, and we can close combat chain here. So now we get our graveyard to target. Now we can play another descending into bond, and we have another 100 win so we can target. Now we have a double bond turn with 0 graveyard at the beginning. But remember, if we are using the Bond of Ancestry card to do a double bond, we can't close the combat chain. I'll show you why. Because if we play a Descending Gust Wave and a bond, and we banish a bond for another bond, so now it seems to be like we can close the combat chain and we can play another bond, and we can banish another Descending Gust Wave, but actually we can't, because the Bond of Ancestry card get banished is you can only play it for this combat chain. Once we close it, the combat chain, it will get banished forever. Sometimes our mass trigger will be a waste if we didn't play it properly, like in this hand. What we can do is just play the normal bonds in our hand, like the normal one, and then we are already threatening a mass trigger. But what if our mass draw a card that we can't use in this turn? It will waste it, and we can only arsenal a card, right? So instead, what we can do is, let's say our Sharing Strike hit, and then we can discard our Sober Strike for 100 wins, and then we can play the rest of our combo, and we will threaten a mass, and then we can draw a card from the mass and gain maximum value of it. There will be tons of interesting interaction and combo line you can find out with the Razor Rider Wood. So I'll just leave it to you guys and try to figure it out yourself and have fun in your katsu. So we are moving on to the Sideboard Guide. I'll talk about those matchup one by one. If you just want to know what card I sign and side out, you can see it here. Yep. Alright, so we're starting from Azalea. We have 3 CNC, because if they have the Red in Ledger, we can still swing for 6 with a hit effect, and that's pretty nice. And we're in Fossil Line, of course, Warmonger, of course. And I think this matchup, you can just maintain your life total until they break 1 turn. Either just a pure damage or not very disruption turn. We can use our Hardened Core Trap to gain tempo with a Sharing Strike combo and try to beat them in the Art of War turn, double bond turn. And we can also stop them by playing just a Warmonger after we block 3 cards. And sometimes Art of War is okay to use to the defensive Art of War. I do use the +1 and block from Arsenal in my Worlds matchup. So yeah, just feel free to block it with your Art of War. It's fine to just use defensive Art of War to maintain your life. And then we have Boost Dash. In this matchup, I have nothing to change in my 60. And because the dash have the T-Bone and the Pulse Ray Harpoon, so you might want to keep it in mind to play around it. And usually I'll just block my equipment on the first turn, because they doesn't have many hit effects, so just block it in the early game so we can use it wherever we need. Next one we have Bravo. This is one of the toughest matchup we have. I'll just play 70 deck, which is all my cards in this matchup, and we have 2 game plan of it. The first one is we just set up a very big turn to push the damage in and try to Kotachi lock them. And eventually, because we are playing 70 deck, we'll have the deck advantage that we can deck out him with eventually fatigued him with the Kotachi lock. The second game plan is we will try to get a release on hit, and we can shuffle all the Surging Strike back and all the Gust Wave back, so we can continue the pressure and try to win the game when it's hit. I've been testing this matchup quite a lot with Jack and Shane, although Shane is on Icelander in Wales, but I think that's a big difference if the Bravo plays Sigil. If they didn't play Sigil, then this matchup is, I'll say, is pretty okay for us. If they do play Sigil, because we can't Kotachi lock them very easily, so it will make it much tougher. Also in this matchup, I think you need to arsenal very carefully, because sometimes you arsenal a card and you will stuck here forever, because we are playing 70 deck. And the second thing is they have CNC Pommel, which is very punishing if you keep a arsenal. So if I have a chance to push damage, then I won't save my arsenal at that moment. The next one is Field. To be honest, I didn't practice this matchup at all, so you might just want to take a look and try it yourself. In this one matchup, I'll side in CNC and Warmonger Diplomacy, and I'll side all 100 wins with Winds of Eternity. The reason I play CNC is because I think we have to often block 2 cards in this matchup. So CNC is the best card we can play when we block 2. And the Warmonger Diplomacy, I think it can be helpful when we have to block a lot and try to come back with 1 card. So that's why I do this sideboard. And the next hero we have is Dromine. In this matchup, we want to utilize her dragon as much as we can. We can just swing our 2 Kotachi into an Ash Ring and maybe a Below Water on another dragon, so we can trigger the mass. And we can maximize our hit effect too. We can play our combo Woman Gust Wave into her dragon to draw a card. And we can always just play a Super Strike in the dragon, so we can have go again and try to find another combo piece on it. In this matchup, I will always clear the board with Kotachi and go again attack. So in the late game, our release will very important. You might notice it, release only set when it's hit, so it can search our Law of Wind even if it's hit a dragon. So we can do something like Warming Gust Wave into a Ash Ring, and we use the boot to give it go again, and I will activate the card's ability to find our release on another dragon, so we can search our Law of Wind to recycle all of the Surging Strike and maybe some Gust Wave as well. And because this matchup will go pretty long, so I'll definitely play Tunic instead of the Hardened Core Strap. And I'm also running 64 deck for an extra blue and 3 CNC. I'll side out 3 Flag of course. So our deck will be 19 blue with the Warmonger and the Bonds of Ancestry. The reason I'll side in all the blues because it's very important to always have a blue to start with, or either you can use your Kotachi to clear the dragon, or you need mana to play the Surging Strike. You won't want to break your blue in this matchup, so that's why I'm playing 64. Also, I always save my equipment to block Snatch and Karoria, and they are also playing CNC, so just be careful. You have to save some free board in your hand to prevent those hit effects, and you should be fine. Our next matchup is Evil Dash, or you can call it Triple Dash. In this matchup, I'll side out 3 Flag for 3 Warmonger Diplomacy, and I'll use Tunic instead of the Hardened Core Strap. You can play the blue bond as well, it's up to you, but I prefer just don't play it. In this matchup, I think this is just a easiest Bravo, because dash she doesn't have much disruption, so we can have a setup turn when we can do the Surging Strike bond or double bond turn, and we should win the game. The next one is dash IO. In this matchup, I think it's more like an aggro matchup, so I side out Flag and Winds of Eternity for the Warmonger Diplomacy. This card is very good against the dash IO, and I'll play the Sensi as well, because the dash IO can put the Tomb of Flando into their arsenal to gain a bunch of value. We want to stop that, that's why we're playing the Sensi. And because of IO doesn't block well sometimes, so our hit effect is very good against them, like the Woman Gust Wave and the Mass of Momentum, Below Water or something like that. And one of our win con is get a activate Dishonor on hit, and we should win the game here. Next matchup is Icelander. Because few of my teammates play Icelander, so this matchup is I practice the most. And one of them are playing Icelander since the TOA, so yeah, I have a lot of experience to play against Icelander. Usually you will think this is a bad matchup for Katsu, but after retesting, I think this matchup is more like a 5-5. It's not that bad, as long as you have the right tools and you have the right mindset to this matchup, and you are good to go. In this matchup, I'll sell Flag, 1 Art of War, Brace Rider Boots, 1 Kotachi, and I'll swap it to Tunic, and I don't play the Mass of Momentum. Instead, I'll have 2 AB with Lantern and a Tie Flipper, and I'm running Tunic with a Mass of Punching Lens. So our Mass of Punching Lens will have 5 targets, and the first one is blue bonds. It will usually, when we can do the bonds combo, we'll definitely use our mass for the 2+4. And the second one is yellow Descending Gust Wave. We'll search it when we have a bond in our hand. And the third one is the yellow Warming Gust Wave. It's not that good, but yeah, it's just an option, you can find it. And then we have Dishonor, of course. We can play a Dishonor into a Dishonor sometime. So this is one of our win con to Icelander too. And the last one is Winds of Eternity. Although it doesn't have many effects, it's just a 0 for 4, but it's still good enough when they don't have the disruption and we have to push in damage. In this matchup, I'll usually just maintain our life total until we get a Surging Strike to the Gust Wave combo, and sometimes they will have disruption as well, and we can guess it from what they do last turn and what they pitch. If it's just a one spot spike disruption, we can just deny it with the Tunic counter. So don't use your Tunic easily, you will have to save it for the right time. And the second thing is, if I'm not sure they have the Frostbite, I'll usually just don't use my Kotachi and save 1 mana, 1 resource left to prevent the Frostbite to stop my turn. And yeah, it will lose 1 value for each turn, but it's more safer if you don't have a Tunic on. The most annoying thing in this matchup is when the Katsu ability hits, we discard a card and search for another combo card. They can always respawn when the Wax Revolution step. So after we discard and we have no mana folding, and let's say we find a Faster Fist and try to play it with no mana, they can respawn it in the Wax Revolution step by playing any ice card from their arsenal to stop our Faster Fist. And worse than that is they have a brister, so they can just brister it to stop our whole turn after we discard. The hardest thing in this matchup is when we should go all in and when we should set up. Usually if they don't have arsenal or they already play their arsenal for a polar bus, for example, and I'll try to go all in and just do as much damage as I can. So how to maintain your life health? Well, you have a decent attack turn and you want to try to guess what their arsenal is in their perspective is the key to win this matchup. But Icelander is almost living legend, so I'm not sure do you need to practice this matchup that much. So we'll just move on to the next hero. Our next matchup is Ninja. I have the same sideboard when I play against Fai and Katsu. Because the game plan against those two ninja is pretty similar, I would say, so I'll talk about the ninjas together. In this matchup, I'll side out Enlightened Strike for CNC because Katsu need forehand to have a huge turn usually, and Fai doesn't have many free blocks, so CNC is pretty good against them. There's not much I can talk about in the Argo matchup, although the Katsu mirror is kind of weird at this moment because after they print Bonds of Ancestry, I think it's just who draw the most Bonds of Ancestry who wins the game, so it kind of sucks, I would say, but this is what it is, the Argo matchup. And then we'll move on to Windblade. Actually, I didn't practice a lot in this matchup, both of the Viserai and Finset, so you might want to just take a look and try to maybe find a better sideboard. I'm not sure this is the best way I can sideboard. Here's my sideboard. I'll side out the Flag for the CNC and the Winds of Eternity for the Warmonger Diplomacy. This matchup, I think we will have one AB, but I'm not sure we should run the Tie Flipper or the Arcane Lantern. But in my thought, I think Arcane Lantern might be better because we have plenty of the 2-cost attack, and then we have Auto 4 to use all the resource. So that's my sideboard. The last one we have is Assassin, Usui. I didn't play a lot in this matchup because I don't think there will be many Usui after the Legacy get Living Legend. And I only side out 3 Reinforcer line in this matchup. I think it's kind of like the Bravo matchup, but without Dominate. And they have many disruption to your arsenal, so usually I won't keep an arsenal in this matchup unless it's necessary. So it's the same game plan we play against Bravo. We try to make a big turn and try to Kotachi lock to finish the game. And I think this is it, Usui sideboard. And that's all of my sideboard. What about the other matchup? You might ask. I'll just play the 60 default deck list in those heroes like Fire or Reiner. And I think this is all I want to talk about my deck. It's not an easy deck to pilot, but it's a fun deck to play it when you master it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and you can find me on Twitter or Discord, and I'll see you next time.